Hey, hey! I'm jumping on tonight to answer questions about anything and everything. Nothing's off limits. I was answering them through threads today on messages, and I was like, I'm just gonna go live and answer them real time. So, hey everyone. Hey, I'm on Instagram and Facebook right now, so jump in and chat with me. I'm gonna be answering anything you wanna know with anything that I do, fitness, nutrition, podcast, whatever. Nothing's off limits. Talk to me, let me know what you wanna know. And also, when you jump on, let me know where you're from. Definitely let me know that. I'd love to know that. Your name, especially on Instagram, because you all have funky screen names there. I don't know what anything means. I see like random boy does this or whatever. I don't know what those mean. So tell me where you're from, your name, and also let me know your age. I'd love to know that. I'm 47. If you don't know that, I've told everyone that. But I love to know if you're close in age to me or within my age range, because I like to know when I'm reaching that. Hey, Isaac, I'm gonna say hi to some of you that are jumping on that. Can we see? It's interesting. On Facebook, I can see first names. On Instagram over here, I don't know what these mean. Lidiman, Falik, Femi. Why can't you just use your name as a screen name? Tell me your name. Tell me your name. Hey, Mavis, how are you? Let's see. Oh, good question. Connie, oh, from Pennsylvania, 46. Yeah. Hey, Natalie, I like your name, from Louisiana. You're 37. Awesome. Hey, Janelle, 43. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Rafaela. Yes, on Instagram, I gotta see names. You gotta type it for me so I know who I'm talking to over here. So, hey, I'm gonna start answering some questions that I had come in earlier today. I'm gonna answer those, and then feel free to ask me whatever else you wanna know. And I actually made a post about this tonight because I had a few questions about my podcast and people thinking it was a health and fitness podcast and what that was about. And so I wanted to give you a little backstory on that, on why I even created that. If you didn't see my post, I'm gonna tell you that right now. So many of you know that what I do is I kill fat for a living. So that's not just the fat in our bodies, it's also those false assumed truths in our minds. And I'm gonna just be real with you. I don't consider myself a strong business person. Like, that's never been my thing. I never set out to run or own my own business. That was just not my thing. In fact, I worked in corporate America for years, and I loved being the person that worked for somebody I liked. Like, that's what I liked. I wanted to be the person that worked for somebody else I liked. I never had an interest in doing my own thing, running my own business, any of that. And me growing up in the 70s and 80s, like, being an entrepreneur was not like a normal thing. Like, if you were an entrepreneur in the 70s or 80s, it's because you couldn't hold a job. That's what it was then. It's changed drastically now. But at the time, it never even occurred to me I'd be an entrepreneur. It was like, go to college after high school. Like, I would have been excluded from my family if I didn't go to college, for God's sake. Like, it was like that was expected. You go to college and then you get a job, So I did that for years and years and years. And many of you know my story that happened to me when I had my daughter, and I had gone through a really rough time. And I'm not gonna bore you with the whole detailed story again, but basically when that happened to me, I was forced to make a decision in my corporate job. And I took a risk for the first time in my life to level up and start doing something I was really passionate about. And I didn't make a business plan. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just went and I added value, and I taught and I shared. At the time, I was on Facebook with my 100 high school friends. I didn't have a following like I have now on Facebook. Not that it matters, by the way, because I don't even know how many people on my Facebook see my posts anymore, because algorithms have changed so much. But at the time, I had like my 100 high school friends on Facebook. You remember those days? You know, it was just our high school friends. And I started sharing there for accountability and to share what I was learning. And people liked it enough that I made my first programs and products, and it took off and it was doing well. And next thing you know, I'm like getting known as this fitness expert, which was so funny to me because I was in my late 30s. And even though I was studying and learning and sharing and adding value and teaching, I was really newer to the game. You know, I'm 47 now. So we're talking a little bit, like about 10 years ago was when I really started jumping into that. And I became this fitness nutrition expert, which was amazing. I was studying and learning and helping so many people, but I was newer in the game. And what I never wanted to do was run a business. That was literally never what I wanted to do. You ask anyone that knew me, I never said I want to run a business. And I found myself all of a sudden running a business. The more, and some of you watching, if you're an entrepreneur, you can totally relate to this. I know that you can relate to this. It's like you become an entrepreneur because you want to teach and share and learn what you're passionate about and what you love. But like, you find at some point, you're like, wait, this isn't what I signed up for. I'm not doing those things anymore. do any of you know what I'm talking about? Like, I remember a couple years ago walking into my home and thinking, what the heck? I'm not even doing the stuff that I set out to do anymore. I wasn't teaching anymore. I wasn't on camera training people. I wasn't like inspiring and motivating. I wasn't doing anything. I felt like I was literally sitting there going through Excel spreadsheets and managing and looking at product P&L reports, stuff that I never had any interest in doing. And it made me cringe. I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I want to do. So long story short, I don't consider myself a strong business person at all. I consider myself a really good teacher. That's what I consider myself. I love to take complicated information and simplify it for people. And that's fun for me. And I like to connect and be with people. And what I found in my business for quite some time was that I wasn't really doing that anymore. All of a sudden I was behind a computer and I wasn't connecting with people. And I remember even at one time thinking, I said this to my husband, it's so embarrassing that I even said this. But at one time a few years ago, I even said to him, I don't even like people. Like, that's how I felt, because I was no longer actually connecting with people. It was all like writing things, or it just felt very marketing-ish. It didn't feel like what I set up to do. Can any of you relate to this, or am I talking to, I don't even know. Maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. But that is how I felt. And I remember thinking, I don't want to do this anymore. And at the time I had a lot of products and programs, and I would imagine some clients started to feel a little bit of that disconnect, because I stopped doing as much live interaction. It was a lot more like through email and stuff, and it changed. And long story short, I ended up making different decisions that weren't ideal, because again, I'm not a business person. So I made a lot of decisions that weren't good. And I watched my business have a lot of crazy up and downs, like really crazy up and downs that made it so I couldn't sleep at night and would stress me out and drive me crazy. And many times I thought, gosh, you know what? I'm just going to write a book saying why I quit social media, or I'm just going to like go dark and be done with all this. I like would fantasize about walking away from it all. Can any of you relate to that? Like I went through this whole period of that. So decided that wasn't going to be the option. But about a year ago, I hit, and I didn't share this publicly at all. I was really good at holding a good front, but I hit a really, really rough time with it all. I really stressed with I don't want to do this anymore. This doesn't feel good. I didn't mean I didn't want to help inspire, teach, motivate. I just didn't want to run a business anymore. It felt very tiring and draining. And as much as I was selling and it looked productive and it looked big online, it was not even profitable because of the amount of stress and work I was putting into it and the amount of people I was paying, like contractors, employees, whatever. It just felt like, I guess that's when they say entrepreneurial burnout. That's what I was feeling. Do you guys know what that have you heard of that? Like, I literally felt like that exact entrepreneurial burnout. And I took some time away and I really started reflecting. I'm like, what is it that I actually want to do? Not what do I have to do? What do I want to do? And I really did some deep soul searching on it. And what it really came back to was I wanted to do exactly what I had built, but just not the way I built it. That's what came up for me, is I wanted to do what I was doing, but not the way I built it. So, but I was in this place of like, what do I do? I have people working for me. I can't just get rid of people. Like I just was really stuck and I felt very trapped. I felt very trapped. And it took me having a few conversations with people that know a lot more than me to really point out that I was looking at things a way that I needed to change. I needed to change the way I was looking at it. I needed to change my view of how I was looking at things. And instead of looking at there's only these few options, there's other options. And I had to really look at that. So that's what I did. And when that was all happening, I started listening to podcasts. I started listening to a lot of podcasts. Do any of you listen to podcasts? I'm a huge podcast junkie. And I wanted to know specifically, I was like, okay, what do people that feel like they failed, what do they do to get creative and motivated again? Because that's where I was stuck. I was like, I have a business. I have people that like what I teach. I have great programs, but I was feeling very trapped and unmotivated and uninspired. And I wanted to know, like, what did they do to turn it around? Like, how did they operate if they didn't have the funds, or they weren't making the money, or they weren't getting the satisfaction from it. Just in general, like what were they doing to level up their life? Like how did they do that? Because we hear these stories all the time, like so-and-so makes $100 million a year, or so-and-so is doing this. And I'm always like, but how? And where did they start from? Did they start from lots of people helping them? Do they start from lots of money? Do they have this like huge privileged life? Or do they actually have like real struggles? And if they had real struggles, how? I wanted to know how. No one was asking them like, how? I was getting really tired of everyone talking about how amazing they are. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like you go online and you would scroll and it's like, so-and-so is perfect. So-and-so's got all this working for them. And I was like, but what about their struggle? What about their hard time? What about their hard times? And I've had my own many hard times in my life that I overcame, but I wanted to know specifically this. So I started searching on podcasts, who was interviewing for that. And I came across a lot of good ones, but what I didn't like on the podcast was either the host, the interviewer, would talk over people, which I couldn't stand because I'd want to hear the person they were interviewing, not them. I didn't want to hear the host's knowledge. I didn't care. And then I also wanted to know bigger questions than they were asking, like how they felt. I'm always like, I would say things like, they would be talking about how they were in a rock bottom place and then they had an idea and they did this. And then the host would keep going on to their idea. And I'd say, well, no, but how did you get out of bed when you felt like that? Like when you didn't have the funds, what did you do? Or when you felt like a failure and you had everyone attacking you, what did you do? Or when you felt like your idea was garbage and it wasn't working, like how did you shift and get out of that? Like I wanted to know that. I really wanted to know that. So because I wasn't finding that, I, on my own, decided to start my own podcast. And this is months ago. I started this, I don't know, I guess 6 months ago now. I have 70 episodes that I've recorded. But the whole reason I started my podcast, Leveling Up, Creating Everything from Nothing, was literally because I wanted to know these answers to those questions that no one was asking. So I didn't even think about it as I'm going to like be a top ranked podcast or I'm going to monetize it. I didn't even occur to me that that was even going to be a possibility. Instead, what I did was I wanted to interview these people. I wanted to know. So I started reaching out to people and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And it was actually my friend, Justin Schenk. He has a podcast as well, that he asked, he's like, why don't you do a podcast? Why don't you do a podcast? And I was like, no, I don't know. But then I started thinking about it. And so I decided to do it. Yeah. Uman, am I pronouncing your name right? Yes, I have it. It's called Leveling Up, Creating Everything from Nothing. Leveling Up, Creating Everything from Nothing. So anyways, I started it for my own selfish reason. I'm just being real. Like I didn't start it with like you guys in mind. I'm being real. I started it because I wanted to know these things. So I started interviewing these amazing people. Like you'll know most of them, but my condition for me interviewing them was like, I want the real stuff. I don't want the fluff. I don't want just the happy ending. I want to know exactly how you leveled up and created everything from nothing. That's what I want to know. So there's a few guests I haven't aired because they wouldn't dish. They wouldn't share. And I know when they're really sharing or when they're not sharing. So but I've interviewed 70 that are amazing. And what's so awesome is it's now ranking in the top personal development podcast, which is crazy. And just to be clear with you, like I don't have ads on my podcast. I don't get paid for my podcast. Like I pay to create my podcast. I interview people. I don't pay to interview them, but I interview people. I pay to have the podcast edited and uploaded. I don't have ads or sponsors on it at this point. And it's just really good information. But I think the reason it's done so well and why people love it is it's so super real. It's like, I'm asking people how they did it. Like, how did they shift from that place? But the best part about this whole podcast is, one, it's felt like therapy for me. That's for darn sure. And for the listeners listening to it, I've heard that constantly. But what's really cool is this is wild, you guys, the same thing that I see works in fat loss that I've taught for years, those same steps. It was light bulb moment for me. They're literally like the same theme of all the people I've interviewed on the podcast, like the same steps. It's crazy. Like I'm just going to really generalize, like they make a decision, they create a vision. So they decide it, they declare it, they make a vision. They stop listening to the voice that tells them that they can't. They get rid of what I call false assumed truths or self-imposed stops, things that are telling them the opposite, and they go for it anyway. and then it's consistent. So what's so cool when you start diving into these interviews, you hear this theme over and over again. It's wild and it's so awesome. And it's been just this huge passion project of mine now. So I do other things, but I wanted to answer that about the podcast, because every Monday and Thursday I release a new episode, and it doesn't really fit in with my fat loss theme. So I wanted to answer that because I had a bunch of questions about it, and that's what it is. So awesome. So yes. So let's see. Oh, Mama Mia, I like your screen name. Fat loss, make a decision, create a vision, get rid of self-imposed thoughts. Yes, you got it. That's exactly what they do. So that's what I wanted to answer about that. So it's super cool, super cool. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, you guys, it's totally free. Like the podcasting is awesome, but I do get that there's a lot of podcasts just to shuffle through the mess. I'm just gonna tell you, mine's awesome. It's not me talking, it's me interviewing people on this topic. So it's all free for you. There's 70 episodes. You can get it on iTunes, Spotify, wherever. It's even on my website. So anywhere you can play a podcast, I don't care. Just download it and look. It's even on my YouTube channel, but it's not video, so it's not as fun to watch on YouTube. But you download it anywhere. And if you're inclined to do so, it means a lot to me if you would leave a review, especially on iTunes, because that's how others find it. So that's my question about the podcast. So, and I'm going to answer other questions. Let's see. Oh, okay. The other question I've been getting is about my new book. And look at this. What? I got them today. Check it out. Look, Aging in Reverse. That's out. Well, it's not out. It's pre-order is available. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever. Aging in Reverse. No, what's cool is I wrote this. I wrote it while I was working on my podcast. So it's like they were kind of a simultaneous thing. But what's cool about this, different than my other books, you all, because many of you have my first book. I mean, if you don't, I'm going to show it to you. My first book is this one that I wrote a long time ago, Unprocess Your Diet, 7-Day Jumpstart. That's more of a recipe book, and it tells my whole background story. But this is recipes, nutrition, diet, all that. You can still get it in bookstores. But this one, what's so cool about this one is this has a lot of mindset in there. So if you're looking for mindset, motivation, how to level up your life in general, this one. And the reason I call it Aging in Reverse is, you know, when you're a kid and you feel like super free and you are confident and you're like nothing gets in your way, like you have fantasies and you have dreams and you think you could be Superwoman or you could be whatever you want, that freedom that comes with being a kid, I want that for those of us in our 40s and 50s and 60s. I want you to feel free and get that back, because that's what makes us thrive. So it's, yes, I cover nutrition, of course, in here, and I do some workout stuff in here, but really this book is more about a mindset shift. And you guys can get this, by the way. You can pre-order it. You can pre-order it like right now. It's anywhere, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you can pre-order books, you can find it. I don't have it on my website yet. That's bad. Don't tell my publisher that. But you can, it's called Aging in Reverse. You can totally pre-order it. It's going to be actually in stores on the 15th. On the 15th of May. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Okay, Jacqueline here. I just turned 55 and I work out regularly, losing my shape to menopause, and I hate it. Be nice to see a program for menopausal women. Jacqueline, I'm your girl. Go get it. Right here. Go get it. Because my book is for women in their 40s and 50s. That's who it's for. So go get it for sure. That'll help you with that. Or if you really want to take a plunge, you can still join Full Body Reset, which started this week. And that's what it's geared for. And you can still join it. I have not closed registration for that until Friday night. And you can still jump on that. And that's who that program is for. It's thefullbodyreset.com. I'm going to write it down on Facebook over here. But you can still jump in if you're serious about that. Then do that. That's the full, let's see, bodyreset.com. We started Monday, but we are still taking enrollments until, whoops, I didn't mean to end that. I hit the wrong button. Whoops. I went to post the link and I almost hit end video. That's what happens when I multitask. Mama Mia, oh, Full Body Reset. You can go to thefullbodyreset.com and you can see the link. I'm gonna tell you guys that is $497, that program, but let me tell you why before you go, let me tell you why. It is a complete 6-week live program, which means there are videos every day that you get from me every single day that addresses your changing your state, planning your plate, and loving your weight. And you get a whole community and you get live coaching calls. So that's why it's that. And I also guarantee it, which means when you do Full Body Reset, if you show up and you do the exercises, the mindset stuff, the nutrition, and you don't get results, I give you back your money. So that's why and it's amazing. And we have a community. We have almost 200 people that joined it already. Incredible. Really active in the community right now, and we are not closing enrollment until Friday night, so you still have an option to join that if you want that. Let's see. You're only 27. Awesome, Sarah, you lucky spring chicken. And that's okay. By the way, all of my stuff, any age can do it. I just want to be real about my age because so many people close to age to me, they want this. Susanna's chiming in. Susanna's actually in my book. So my book is a mini version of Full Body Reset. There's you. Okay, just open right to your page, Susanna. Look, there you are. What? Look at you. She's in my book. She did Full Body Reset, and she's now Aging in Reverse doing this program. Let's see. What other questions? 54. Yes, I totally get that about. Let's see. Are you going to do more of these? I just had foot surgery. Amanda, I don't know that I'll do another Full Body Reset live. I'm just going to be real with you. I'll always have that program, but the live version is a lot of work, and I enjoy it. But I don't know realistically how many more I can do. I'm just being real. So I would do it now if you're considering it, because you have it for the rest of your, you literally have access to the rest of your life. And then Sarah, when you guys say, I just want to speak about this really quick. When somebody says I can't afford that much, that's a story. And I'm just going to be real with you, because if you operate from a place of where you want to go, if you knew you could achieve your goals, have the fat loss, get the results that you want, get your confidence back, like what's that worth to you? I'm just being real. I've never had anyone ever complete Full Body Reset and not say to me, I would pay 10 times that. They would pay so much more than that for that. So operate from that place. It's guaranteed. Like you show up, you do the work, you invest in yourself. If you don't get results, you get your money back. So you literally have nothing to lose. If you really can't do it, then go get my book. That's fine. You can pre-order. You can go get this book. I just know that going through the live experience there's no comparison. So I want everyone to get my book, yes, but that live experience is a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. Let's see. Christina's like, FDR is worth every penny. Thank you. Yes, it is. Awesome. Amazing. Would you please tell us the name of the book again? Yes, Lisa. It's Aging in Reverse. You can pre-order on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, any bookstores. Just tell Aging in Reverse, Natalie Jill. If you put it in Google, you'll find it. And you can definitely absolutely pre-order it whenever you want right now. Let's see. I have been working out for a month, eating better. What else can I do for anxiety? So Nikki, it's a little bit more than that with anxiety, and I'm certainly not a therapist, but eating better and working out is amazing, but it's figuring out where it comes from, like what that's coming from. And it's a little bit deeper than just saying, I'm just going to work out and eat better. There's a lot more to it, and it's setting habits and patterns to make a change with that. Let's see. Okay, take a few more, let's see, questions. Look, Flaps wants to say hi. Can you guys see Flaps right now? Can you see him? Say hi. He got a haircut today. Look at him. Can you see his haircut? Say hi, Flaps. Look at him. He wants to be on TV. He wants to be on camera. Say hi. You got groomed. You got a haircut. I have my 5th breakthrough weekend this weekend, and we didn't want to smell the girls out that are coming, and he was getting really stinky. So he had a bath and a haircut today. Let's see. Hollister, you missed my YouTube videos. I still have my YouTube channel, Hollister. I stopped doing the workout videos, and you guys want to know why I stopped doing the workout videos on YouTube? I didn't stop them forever, but let me tell you why. I have probably 600 YouTube videos of workouts. I mean, they're still going. How many more ab workouts can I give you? I couldn't keep. I've done literally like 600 videos on there, and I've done another probably 5,000 workout clips on social media and video clips. And it was feeling very repetitive at some point. So I stopped. So instead what I've done is I do still create some mini workout clips on social media at times. And I have one I just filmed today that I'll post tomorrow, by the way. And I am working on a new app, which you guys will see coming out soon. And I still am doing I still have my DVDs, so you can get those. You can get all my DVDs. You can also get my, I'm on Prevention's DVD this year. I'm their Fit Over 40 DVD. So lots of opportunities to get my workouts. I just kind of took a break from the YouTube workout videos because I have so many on there and they're still live and active. And I didn't want to just keep repeating the same moves. You know, oh, you're so sweet. You've watched them all. Oh, I love that. Hollister, I will make another one just for you. Because that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. Susanna says she lost 15 pounds and they've not returned. Good for you, Susanna. I love it. See, Flops, they're talking to you. Sue says, hi, Flops. See? You guys, you know what? He's like this unique dog. Whenever I put a camera up, he comes right by my side. Let's see. Do I offer anything to help mindset? Yes, Nikki, all of it. All of it. My podcast, my Aging in Reverse book, and Full Body Reset all help with mindset. All of them. That is my big thing. You guys, I start all my programs with Change Your State. That is what I do differently than other nutrition programs. And I do it in a very different way. So yes, all my programs totally start with that. Linda, is he a doodle? Yes, he's a golden doodle. Hi, Frozen. I'm still struggling with my DCM. Frozen, in Full Body Reset Live today on the Facebook group, right before I jumped on this one, I just did a whole Facebook Live on Driving Core Motivator in the Full Body Reset group. So go take a watch at that because I went deep onto that for there. So you can totally check that out. I answered that. Let's see. Is this a 6-week course for Full Body Reset? Yes, Linda, that's a 6-week course. And you can still jump in. We don't close registration until Friday night. So I'm gonna write the link right here for you. Let's see, www.thefullbodyreset.com. Whoops, there, you can pull it in, right. Whoop. Look, now Flops is nudging me because I took away to reply to you. So he didn't like that. He wants me to keep petting him. Let's see. Let me see a few more questions. Thank you for sharing your information. You're welcome. Okay, yes, I love that you love the program. Yeah, check out that video. I like your approach with mental focus. It's the hardest part. Yes, Penny, it's totally the hardest part with people. And that's why I address it, because that's where the big shifts come. Like, yes, I can teach you nutrition, and I do. I teach a lot of, teach you how to really look at nutrition in a basic way that makes a big difference. So I absolutely teach you that. I also teach you how to work your body in a specific way. But the trick, the thing that sets my programs apart is the mindset, is that change of state and the stuff that I do with you in there and that group support around it. So absolutely, that's what makes the difference. Hi, Tiffany. She's like, you helped me so much. I lost lots of weight. I love it. And you got abs and you're only 17. Go you, Hollister. I love it. Good job. I love it. She got abs. You guys, I just filmed a ton of workout videos earlier this week in LA. I don't know if you saw any of my clips from there, but that's a new surprise coming for you all in the summer. So I'll keep you posted on that. Jim, that's nice of you. Thank you. Hey, Landa, I see you. You think I'm fabulous? Thank you. Thank you, Shauna. You made my day. Yes, if you guys are jumping on late, just so you know, I shared at the beginning of this, I shared the whole story on like why I started my podcast. I shared about my new book that you can pre-order right now, Aging in Reverse. It's available pre-order. And I also was talking about Full Body Reset because I don't know when I'll do another live one. And that started this week, which is kicking butt. And it's awesome. And I still have spaces. And we don't close registration for that until Friday night. So totally jump in and join it if you're at all thinking about it, because I don't know when I'll do another live one. It's just going to be real. I got a lot of other stuff to focus on this year. And I like to give full attention to people in Full Body Reset. So I don't do it in between other things, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna do a live Full Body Reset while I'm doing other stuff. So I really give a lot of attention to those people that are going through it. So that is my absolute best program. I would love to have you in that. Let's see. Thanks, Voice Podcast. He says that I'm amazing. Thank you, Voice Podcast. Let's see. I signed up for the last Full Body Reset, was unable to start due to travel. Can I sign up again? Cheryl, of course you can sign up again. And we have an alumni discount. So message support at nataliejillfitness.com. And we sent it out to anyone that had previously done Full Body Reset. And we do an alumni thing for if you want to do it again. So will you be able to continue to redo it after the 6 weeks? Absolutely, Lisa. When you have Full Body Reset, you have access to it for life. So it doesn't go away. So you can go through it at your pace, however you want. You always have access to it. So yeah, of course, at any time. Let's see. Do I offer? Let's see. Whoops, I answered that. More questions. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Making sure I'm not. Somebody said I look tired. Okay, I probably am tired. Sorry. Can you give me the link, please, for Full Body Reset or the book, Linda? For Full Body Reset, I'm going to write that right here. www.thefullbodyreset.com. I don't have a link for the book yet. You just can go on Amazon, or if you just type literally in Google, Aging in Reverse, Natalie Jill, the book will come up. You can pre-order. Definitely pre-order it so you can be one of the first ones to get it. That would be amazing. And let's see, trying to read more questions here. Oh, thank you. Lambda just put the link. What's the best organic coconut cream to buy, and how much is too much with eating? Mary, I don't know, depends. But I don't know, especially a brand name. I'd have to think about that. I usually get it at Whole Foods, just a natural food store. I just buy a natural brand of coconut cream. And if you're in Full Body Reset, you would count that as a fat. So you would use about a tablespoon of that for a serving. Let's see, I like watching you on YouTube because I can't sign up for your stuff. I totally get it. So, okay, Hollister, you can I always will have that stuff on social media and YouTube. My podcast, by the way, my podcast is totally for you guys. So jump on in and listen to that. There's so much good information right there. Let's see, a few more questions. Let's see, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything here. Got it. I think I've answered them all. I've been working out for a month, eating better. Oh, we answered that one. Let's see. I think I answered everything. Oh my God, best podcast ever. Thank you, Karen. Yes, that is literally my favorite passion. It's such a fun passion project to do that podcast. It's so enjoyable for me. So for those of you who didn't know about it, I hope you will subscribe. All right, all, that's it. Looks like there's no more questions, so I will stop here. Thank you all for jumping on. Just a few quick last minute reminders. Full Body Reset enrollment closes Friday night. So if you are at all thinking about it, jump on and do it. It's your last chance to do it. So do it, do it, do it, do it. Full Body Reset, thefullbodyreset.com. Do it. You can pre-order my book right now, Aging in Reverse. That's available. And then I told you about my free podcast that you can subscribe to. So awesome. All right, all. Thank you all. Have a good night. Bye.